Thank you to Sour Sweet Cube 20 for their generous donation on Patreon. Hello everyone, my name is Vivian and welcome back to Temptations Ballad. On the last episode, we went to the library and had a very heartwarming moment, and with Sid and Cole, and Artemy had a very warming moment of her own. I'll leave it at that. Let's go back to the library now and check out the battle strategies section. I think that's what it said. The Moonbreaker library was quiet as Cole slipped towards the second most visited section. The second one. Battle tactics. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So, Jesus. The first most visited section was the smut level area, obviously. You didn't even need to say that. As Cole rummaged through the section of strategy books, he felt Malus wiggle his way out of his pocket and slither up onto his shoulder.
Puny mortal, why are we back in this dingy library? We should be out exploring the wonders of the material plane, not cooped up with a bunch of dusty books.
Wow, you really are a spoiled tourist. Cole plucked a heavy-looking book titled Class Details, the Player's Handbook, 5th edition. Hey, I got what you did there. Then flipped it open as he plopped onto the floor. Now that I got my own little adventuring party, we're probably going to run into some dangerous folks in the future. Figured it'd be a good idea to read up on combat classes so we know what to expect. Malus peered at him with wonder.
My puny mortal is acting responsible and making cautious preparations? Inconceivable!
Cole rolled his eyes and flicked the snake on the nose. Stop treating me like I'm a walking disaster.
I will, once you stop acting like one.
He grumbled and turned his attention back to the book. What should he read up on? So many choices! There's so many choices. Well, let's look at spellcasters. Oh my god, really? Shiro! If I wanted to learn 5th edition, I would have applied for that job at the Wandering Dragon bookstore down the road from here that's literally... There's a fucking job that you can apply for to be a DM. It just said you need to learn 5th edition, which I do not know. Well, you did all the work to put it in. I might as well, I might as well read it. I mean, you did put the work in. You deserve some fucking recognition for that. Oh, hey, this is what I am.
Yes, a very poor specimen of a bard indeed.
Oh, shut up. Cole skimmed through the pages eagerly. Bards are charisma-based spellcasters who draw power from their words and magic. Music. Sorry, that was my mistake. Their spells are woven from tunes and speeches that are further amplified by their musical instrument of choice. Was Bill Clinton a bard? He played the saxophone.
Hey, I've never seen you cast spells using a lute before.
Cole stiffened and shrugged his shoulders defensively. I'm still new to this whole magic-y business, you know. Plus, I get kind of self-conscious about my music if I have to play in front of other people. The greatest strength of the Bard class is their sheer versatility. While they lack the raw strength and offensive spells of other spellcasters, Bards excel in supporting their allies and befuddling their enemies. Many of their spells ensnare the senses through charm and illusion with a subtle touch that other classes simply do not possess. Confidence and charisma is a core pillar to a bard's ability. One who is ashamed of their own strength will often find their spells weakened by insecurities. Well, if that wasn't fucking just punch him in the nose with what the fuck he's feeling.
Let this be a reminder, puny mortal. You do not dare to share your skills with your own father. The chances of you becoming a formidable bard are tentative at best. That is why you should form a pact with me and grow into your true potential.
You are probably the worst salesman I've ever met. Nice. Next would be Cleric. The faith and devotion of clerics are the essence of their miraculous magic. Clerics harness the celestial light of the Creator through prayer in order to heal their allies and curse their enemies. No evildoer is safe from the righteous judgment of the Creator with the clergy? Is that clergy? as her messengers. Throughout history, the Creator has deemed certain individuals worthy of her blessing. These individuals burn brightly with celestial power, many times greater than the average cleric. Among these individuals, the most powerful is known as the Creator's Chosen. The Chosen One is heralded as a guardian against future evils and is coveted by the clergy of the Grand Cathedral. While many blessed heroes are known to populate the world, only one Creator's Chosen exists at any given time. After the Chosen's death, another is born soon afterwards. The Church often swiftly welcomes any new Chosen into their ranks. Controversially, there have been individuals throughout history who have carried the Chosen's power, but had used it for illicit purposes. This calls into question the legitimacy of the Creator's blessing as a measure for one's morals. The Cathedral insists that these illicit individuals are not truly blessed, and are mere pretenders to the name. Thus far, neither claim can be verified. Ooh. I wonder if Artemis' burgeoning horniness will have an adverse effect on her holiness, or if, as the book said, morality ain't part of it. I also want to give points to Shiro for making the Creator female. You don't get that very often in many religions. Druid. Druid craft is often regarded as a lesser form of magic among the nobility of Axia. Nature magic is seen as wild and unsophisticated, used by lowly farmers to tend to their crops. However, dissenting scholars remind us that anyone who underestimates a powerful druid will soon come to a rude awakening. Like the name suggests, druid spells are associated with nature and wildlife. They often gain the ability to shapeshift into feral creatures and bend nature's inhabitants to their will. Most druids in Axia inhabit the exterior farmlands, where most of the city's food is produced. Their population had dwindled during the horrid locust famine that had decimated the farmlands. In the modern day, their community holds strong and is slowly gaining power among the higher class of the city. Malus slithered over Cole's shoulder curiously.
What is this locust famine that the book speaks of?
Oh, I was about 12 when it happened. It was a pretty rough time. Apparently, a giant swarm of locusts went wild in the exterior farmlands and ate everything in sight. Rumor has it that these locusts were cursed. After they ate all the crops, they began sucking the life out of the people living there. Nobody knows where they all came from. Luckily, the locusts never managed to breach the city walls. Axia had a ton of food stockpiled and magically preserved to last the year. I remember how we had to ration tiny portions of food until the locust swarms left. Most of the people inside the city walls survived, but all the farmers on the outside? Cole shivered. It took years for the exterior of the city to fully recover. It was a pretty bad time all around. Damn, that's fucking horrifying. Sorcerer! Most spellcasting classes derive their power from training or an external source. Such sources include faith in one's deity, rigorous study of the arcane, and practice of woven songs. In contrast, the sorcerer's power is innate and comes from an unexplained inner strength. Some scholars speculate that their power stems from ancient bloodlines, arcane events in childhood, or perhaps even a simple fluke of nature. Due to their inexplicable origins, sorcerers are a very rare class of mage. One of their peculiar abilities include their mastery over spellcasting. They can empower and twist their spells with sheer flexibility and control that other classes lack. Destructive spells may burn away all enemies in an area, but leave allies unharmed. Other spells may have their range doubled, duration increased, or even cast so subtly they might as well be invisible. Some sorcerers even have the ability to cast multiple high-power spells simultaneously. The sorcerer's power is as rare as it is powerful. Cool. Next up is Warlock.
Aha! This is it! This is the best class among mortals! Why not invest your efforts into this class, puny mortal? It will surely pay off in the future.
Cool shot Malus a doubtful look before skimming the book's contents. The Warlock's primary distinguishing feature is that their dark magic is acquired through dubious pacts with powerful beings. Through these packs, warlocks attain great power without having to work or study for it. It is for this reason that warlocks have garnered a reputation for being the laziest of spellcasters. Jesus, no wonder Malus wants us to do it. Wow. This really isn't selling your case.
This book speaks falsehoods!
So desperate.
Warlocks are clearly the most noble of all classes! Come on, puny mortal, please reconsider! Think of all the power you could obtain!
Yeah, but it says here that in return for such power, the pact would tie me to your service. And a shitty job description. Do you even have workers' compensation?
Well, I admit I have not considered the ethical ramifications of warlock pacts.
What benefits do you offer? What about wages? Are there any clauses preventing your workers from unionizing? This is all, you just shit posted now.
I am unsure.
Cole snorted and swiftly skipped through the warlock section of the book. Well, I'm not interested. Figure your shit out and come back to me later.
Curses! Foiled yet again!
Jesus. Wizard! Within the city of Axia, wizards are considered the most esteemed and learned of spellcasters among the elite. In fact, the vast majority of the mage nobility are wizards. This class derives their power from rigorous study and scholarly endeavors instead of any innate source. Their wide array of knowledge provides them with the greatest diversity of powerful spells among all spellcasters. This section of the book has been scribbled over with Marrow's messy handwriting. In short, wizards are all fucking nerds. Sure, they've got fancy magic, but they spend most of their time studying like useless shut-ins. Have you ever seen a wizard at a gym? Or do even a single squat? I don't fucking think so. These guys have the constitution of wet napkins. One good swing and they're cold on the floor. Science can confirm wizards are the absolute worst of all the spineless magic users. There's a small note in between the pages with Hamish's handwriting. Hun, please don't vandalize our books. Wait, what? Oh, that was all Marrow. God damn it. Yeah, that was all Marrow. I just read that whole thing as Hamish. I'm sorry. That was dumb. That was a dumb of me. And then Hamish at the very end saying, Hun, please don't vandalize our books. I was about to be like, oh, no wonder. That's why Marrow thinks that way. Because Hamish, but no. It's all fucking... God damn it. I'm sorry. Artificer. Unlike all other spellcasters... I've made that same mistake before, haven't I? Oh, man. Oh, man. Unlike all other spellcasters, the Artificer derives their power from the technology and objects at their disposal. Their magic catalyzes in many forms, from an alchemist's enchanted potions to a tinkerer's toolkit. While the raw magic power of this class is rather lacking compared to other spellcasters, few can produce the right tool for any job as readily as an artificer. You know, I was really into tinkering with little trinkets and blacksmithing projects when I was little. Clyde taught me a lot of cool metalworking tricks. You think I'll be able to learn a few artificer tricks in the future if I get my hands on the right tools? Malus nodded wisely.
Ah, yes. I believe you are well suited for the artificer class. And mainly due to the fact that you are already a tiny tool.
Ah, fuck off. Nice. Whoa. What? Oh, I guess these are all the classes for the fighter. Okay, I guess we're just gonna go right into it. Barbarian. Oh, this is Papa's combat class. Cole flipped through the pages eagerly. Barbarians are formidable fighters who are driven by their primal instincts and unstoppable rage. Fury is the power that fuels their physical strength, sheer resilience, and maddening reflexes. In a fight, barbarians are able to shrug off devastating attacks due to the rush of adrenaline in their veins. Furthermore, this battle-drunken rage renders them incredibly resistant to most mind-controlling and charming effects by mages. Out of all the combat classes, the Barbarian outshines them all in brute strength. Ooh, dots.
What is the matter, puny mortal? I was expecting you to prattle on about how impressive your father is.
Oh, I was just wondering, what kind of stuff does Papa get mad about when he fights? I don't think I've ever seen him genuinely angry before.
I hear that many barbarians draw upon a painful memory that incites the rage they require. Perhaps your father experienced some great injustice in his life that he uses to fuel his strength.
Maybe. Papa never likes talking about his time before the Bonebreakers, though.
Uh-oh, we've got a backstory.
Fighter.
What does... Hey, what are you doing? Don't skip vital information like this.
Why not? Everyone knows what a fighter is. It's the most boring and broad combat category that basically boils down to dude who hits people. If you want to get really spicy, sometimes they hit people with weapons. That's about all there is to it. I think a rookie like Sid will fall into this category purely because he knows nothing specific about fighting.
Well, I am sure some fighters specialize in a certain role.
Yeah, but there's no one defining feature. Like I said, it's the class that's super broad, so that folks can shove all the miscellaneous things into it. Moving on. Jesus. Shiro is Shiro is not happy with the fighters. Monk. As masters of martial arts and unarmed combat, the monk draws upon an internal power called ki to perform incredible feats. They have no need for weapons, for their own physical body is all they need in combat. In some cases, they can even hinder the ki of their opponents to cripple their ability to fight back. The monk is easily the fastest and most nimble of all classes, able to easily outpace their opponents without losing breath. There tells a legend that one particular monk managed to breach Mount Zenithar's magical defenses and reach its summit. There, this monk learned all the truths of the maternal, infernal, and celestial planes. This legend has yet to be verified by any scholarly source. Nice. Paladin. Ah, there it is. We can probably just slap a picture of Artemy onto this section and call it a day.
Ugh, paladins stink with such a disgusting celestial scent. I do not understand how you can be around her all day.
I'm more nervous about pissing her off, honestly. Cole sighed and flipped through the pages. Righteousness and justice are at the core of a paladin's virtues, or a Valadin's virtues, as I was about to say. As guardians against the evils of the world, they draw arcane power from their oaths and devotion to undo their opponents. While paladins are trained in the basics of armed combat, their true potential lies in their magical prowess. They hold the ability to heal the wounded, smite the cruel, and defend the innocent from those who wish to harm them. Cole glanced up at Malus suspiciously. Wait, shouldn't Artemy have sensed your demony powers by now? How did you stay hidden all this time?
Ha! Foolish! We greater demons are very skilled in cloaking our presence. No mere paladin will be able to sense us unless we unleash a significant portion of our power.
Huh. I don't know. Okay, good to know. Ranger. Cole scowled as he reached the Ranger section of the book. Hamish is multi-classed as a fighter. Great.
Do Rangers not intrigue you? They seem like a rather powerful class.
Not really. Yippee, I'm shooting arrows at people from the sidelines while Papa does all the hard work. How exciting. Cole rolled his eyes before skimming through the page. Masters of the wilderness as they hunt, rangers are predators that stalk their prey with uncanny precision. They are superb trackers with an emphasis in speed and stealth. Few are able to escape their grasp once caught. Rangers are known to arm themselves with the classic bow and arrow, as well as daggers and a variety of traps. I would have taken that as more of a rogue, but okay. Well, rare in Axia, certain ranges are able to utilize subtle magic to aid in their hunts. I remember the mercenary boys mentioned that Hamish's specialty is in trapwire. Never actually seen the guy fight, though.
Rangers are stealth fighters, isn't that the point?
Sounds like a great excuse to be lazy, if you ask me. Colebook grudgingly continued reading. Well, last one's rogue. Here we go. Great, now I gotta read about one of Hamish's multi-class categories.
I figured you'd appreciate rogues, since they are sneaky little shits just like you.
Hey, I'm nothing like Hamish, got it? Cole let out an indignant huff before returning to the book. Easily the most cunning and elusive of all classes, the rogue specializes in stealth and deception. They are known to be efficient killers who slink in the shadows, awaiting the perfect moment to strike. Rogues often destroy their enemies in a single, hard-hitting blow before disappearing as quickly as they arrive. Yeah, right. Why can't Hamish use these rogue skills to hide better when he and Papa bang? Everyone in the guild knows when they're doing it. Cole snapped the book closed with a huff. Loudest goddamn rogue in the city.
Well, from what I have heard, your father is quite the specimen. Wouldn't you be more offended if his partner wasn't loud? You're always prattling on about Merrow's prowess, after all.
Cole groaned and buried his face in his hands. I really don't want to think about it. Alright, we've done all these. Oh, yeah, it just sort of automatically went to the physical commands. So, we're done with that. Cool. Guess the next section will be the tavern lobby, which we will see in the next episode. Thank you all very much for watching this episode of Temptations Ballad. If you want to play it yourself, links in the description down below, along with various ways to support me if you so wish. Subscribe if you will. Leave a comment, I guess. I'm curious, do you like it when these visual novels come with like a fuckload of background information? Because sometimes it can be useful, other times it's just there. My favorite is when it's there, if it's going to be there, if it gets used, like at some point. Like they already proved that at some point they're going to reference stuff that's in those like chapter transitions. So I'm hopeful that this stuff actually adheres to Chekhov's gun and isn't just window dressing, but we'll see. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you later, alright? Bye.